appeal it.
Jerry, does this also include like lawyers, if lawyers have gotten involved in a
Yes,
foreclosure?
right.
So anybody that's
Right, I'm
tested
starting
it-
at the very basic, and then we're going to branch out from the very basic. So
Okay.
yes, if there's a foreclosure, or if there's a trustee sale going on, then you get the substitute trustee. If there's an eviction going on, then you'll send it to the attorney that's trying to evict you, for the new owner. The new owner.
How about the sheriff?
You'll send a copy to the sheriff as well. They'll get a copy. Yes.
How about if it was a refi? You got a new mortgage.
You're
notify
going
the
back
old mortgage?
to a week after the closing.
Week after the
Or it
mortgage.
wasn't sold yet?
Whatever lien is on the home,
Okay.
a week after that closing.
Including up to today.
Yes.
And also the CFO of that bank.
If you know who that is and you want to send it to the CFO, I think that would probably help. But the important thing, the most success that we've had with this is the basic success that I've seen. The difference between everybody else is that it's done in handwriting, not typing. That's what seems to be the most important.
This whole
You're filling
form,
these out by hand?
By hand, yeah.
this whole
In
form is
blue
filled out
ink
by
or
hand?
black ink?
It doesn't matter. You're sending them copies. It doesn't matter what ink it is. You're keeping the originals, or your
Hand,
originals.
all
What
this
color are you
forms are all
going to use?
hand put together, all with hand. Really?
Why don't you, what are they gonna do with the copy?
What are they going to do with a copy? They're going to do what you tell them to do with the copy. See, I still haven't gone over what you're telling them to do yet.
I know what they're, well,
This works on two different sides. The way I put these forms together, we address.
My whole point is about the originals, sending them the copy.
Right.
The way I made them was I made all originals, and I kept them original.
You may do that if you wish to send them
Kept
original
originals
copy.
because I felt
You
like I
can
had more power than
Well,
just sending them.
That's up to you. That however you want to do it. I'm trying to keep the costs down.
Well, that's
One notary.
One of the things is when we've been doing these in Arizona, we're doing them all on bond paper. Everyone's notarized. Every one of them has an individual acknowledgement
There you go.
attached to it.
There you go. That's,
And they've just disregarded everyone. But none of them have ever been handwritten. The 28s always have a red thumbprint over here. That's the only difference.
Yeah, it's all-
And these have the notary overlay here. This state of, county of, and then sworn and subscribed of, and
yeah,
put on the document.
right.
But not in
Yes.
California.
I want to understand, are you saying to rewrite the whole thing?
No, fill it in with, fill it in.
Fill in that by hand, that's what I understood,
Fill in
but
the
I
blanks
think,
by hand.
right, you don't have to rewrite the whole
No,
form.
no, no. Just don't do it.
Okay,
on
well, I
computer.
wasn't sure because it sounded that,
Don't make it look like something you just
Right.
got off the internet.
right, I know what you mean,
Make it look like you know what you're doing.
right.
Yes.
Okay. One of the things you can do, if you want to keep the original and send them the copies, you can have your notary create a copy certification by document custodian. That way it attaches to the document because they say that the actual notary seal is contained on the document attached. And then that way you've got a form, and those pretty much they remain public record because they look at it and they say, oh my
Right.
gosh, there's a notarization with an acknowledgement, a certificate.
Right.
So you can do that.
Ms. Nomer, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the equivalent of a California all-purpose acknowledgement in Arizona? Can't find anything. I have been unable to find anything. So,
Um,
when
Yeah,
you
they're
have a
not very
chance.
cooperative in Arizona, though.
You can create
For the
your
Wild
own.
West.
You can download it and do this. If you can't find one for your own state, you can go to any state that has one and pretty much use the same information.
And
But-
then just-
yeah, but California is typically they changed the laws last year, and it does say that the notary has to certify this and that, only that everything
Yes.
what they did is correct, because California notary can't basically certify anything else.
Right. Well, we're also talking about, if you got all those originals, you're talking about a lot of money for notary, a lot of money for originals. It's a lot. So, and I don't know
paper.
exactly who needs to get the copy in order for the magic to work. I just know when you send it out to enough people, it works. Yes.
A recommendation, make colored copies,
You can do that too. Yeah.
and then you send out a copy that's in color.
Yeah.
And that you place that on top of the document, because I've been a notary for 19 years. And what you do is you place that copy certification on top, because that indicates that what's below it is an actual certification,
Right.
certified copy of by the document custodian. So that colored copy is perfect because they see this and say, oh, looks like a legal document to me. And that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
but I think that MERS is actually ultimately the one that actually gets it done.
Yeah, because they have it, that's where it legally is.
Or the office.
If it's at MERS.
It is there.
Not every one of them.
No,
Mo?
No, not all of them. Not all of them. Just 90%.
90%?
Right.
If it does not
Yeah, you'll
have
come across
MI
them where they're not on
number-
there.
If it does not have MI number on your trust deed, MERS has nothing to do with your.
Yeah, and
If it has
MERS will be
MI
listed in
number
there.
on your document.
They'll be in the
You have to go
document.
to the MERS site and put in your MI number and it tells you who's exactly servicing your loan.
Right.
What does MERS say?
And it says right on the deed of trust whether MERS is there or not. It tells you right in the deed of trust that MERS is a party.
If it's not on that, it'll show it on the note too.
Right.
On ours, they're the beneficiary, maybe not all of them.
MERS is the nominee for the beneficiary. It just means they're holding the obligations for the beneficiary so that they can do all their trades in-house and don't have to go out and do the recordings on the public record.
Which would cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I don't know, how much does it cost to have a building and have all the people doing all this?
Yeah.
I don't know what I just think it's to add more confusion to the whole thing and to add another layer of misconception. Right, yes?
So what happens to the impact if you have set rescissions and trustee transfer before you send these out?
Well, we've gotten the 4-week advance back and we've gotten the eviction stop.
So you do your
The
rescissions and that?
attorneys don't even show up in court.
Okay, so you go ahead and do your rescissions and your transfer of trustee, and you actually.
Well, that's later on.
Okay, what happens if you've done that first before these got out?
Well, wherever you are in your process, that's where you would keep on going. I'm not suggesting that you go back and undo or redo anything.
Okay.
I'm suggesting that you take what you've already done and just look at it in a different angle.
Okay.
And maybe think about altering your course a little bit. Yes?
Good question. What if you already left the house, you have no possession in the house, six months down the road?
Yeah, well, we're going to go into that in the remedy part
Okay.
towards the end, yes.
Thank you.
So what you're telling me, what I hear you saying, by sending these 28,991 to all people that you need to notice, that people aren't even showing up to sell that house at the trustee sale?
You know Jim Bonham, right? You know how many times he's got that trustee sale stopped already?
I think 3 or 4. Well, we
Strictly
did it
with
twice.
these 3
We did it 3 times on our property in Gilbert, you know, and other people have done it. The house.
Yeah, right. I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, I did. That's why I didn't say the name.
But
Yeah.
for my own personal
Okay.
clarification, with just these 3 forms, that's the result you got on a trustee sale. People not showing up.
We've gotten the trustee to cancel,
Okay.
or I'm sorry, postpone the sale month after month after month. But that's okay, because that just gives us time to do our process.
Right.
Yep. That's what they're waiting on. Just
Okay.
like they gave you a month after you closed to come in and ask for your money back, and you didn't do it.
And then do you file these down at the county clerk?
Please put file on the debt side of that column that I asked you to make.
The
On
word,
the debt side.
the word file.
Yes. Yes, the word file is a debt word. Avoid that word at all costs.
I'm looking at
Wait a
it.
minute.
What's the counter on the asset
It's
side?
just a T graph.
Yeah, I know, but which side is it?
Oh,
Yeah, I know that.
assets on the right and debts on the left.
Are you gonna
What's
file
on the
it?
asset side? Is it the balance?
Record.
Record.
Oh, so you're gonna
Yep.
So I don't want any of that.
Yep.
So we go down and report it with the county?
Yep. That's right. But that's later. That's in the
So after you
remedy.
send out the notice?
That's in the remedy stage later on.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Now, a little bit about timing on this, okay? Because what you got to do is kind of look at this as a malleable type of thing. It fits in all kinds of situations. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Traffic ticket, IRS, mortgage, credit card, hospital bill, child support, whatever it is, okay? It's the same. It's all commercial. It all starts with them sending you a presentment demanding that you pay X.